Hi guys, Nicole here. A few videos ago, I did a video that talked about different starting points for making a kit and how you can really start from lots of different things. From sticker sheets, you can start from one piece of paper, you can start from 6x6 paper pad or Project Life, mini kit. There's all kinds of fun options for you. So I had showed you some examples and I told you that I'd come back and actually create kits from them. And so today I'm going to take a break from scrapbooking, working with my kit number 1, and I'm going to talk you through how I made a kit based off of this one 6x6 paper pad. So this is from Glitz Design. It's in Enchanted Waters. It's beautiful. It came out, I don't know if it has a year on it. It's a few years old. I didn't get any of the rest of the collection. I think I just got the paper pad. But it's really pretty, and it's definitely more distressed, more of a dirtied look as far as the tones and having that distressed feature to them. So when looking at that, I kept that in mind when picking out my papers. I can't go super white based. Some of the ones I picked kind of are, which I think I can get around that with some of these papers. But some of these papers are pretty obviously cream based and aren't going to look great with a stark white. So some of these may not work perfectly. I just pulled them mostly because some of them were just on my desk and I'm like, oh, that color will work. And some of them I might not be able to make work, or might just have to use as a matte or something. We'll see. But it's definitely cream based, definitely has a distressed look to it. So I'll set this here. You can kind of see how the rest of the papers work with the colors on here. Hopefully there's not too much of a glare. A couple of them are actual Glitz papers, not from the same collection, but you can tell, like this one here caught my eye right away because it just has that same feel to it. That is a Glitz paper from an older line. There's lots of different tones of blue and different tones of yellows and oranges. As you can see, that a lot of these are gradients or ombre type of paper, so you have lots of different tones of these different colors. And so I just kind of tried to grab a variety of the different tones of blue, from the lighter blues to the medium to the darker. I pulled some of the distressed black. I pulled a lot of the tan colors. This is a lot of papers, but I foresee that I'm not going to be pulling in any white cardstock because of the fact that this is such a cream-based line. I foresee that I'm going to use a lot of these here as backgrounds, probably this one as a background, probably that one as a background, this one as a background, and maybe that one as a background too. So I'm foreseeing that maybe a third of these are going to be my backgrounds. And the tan in here is not a craft. It's like an actual pretty true tan color. And so it's a little bit darker than these, but I didn't want to go too dark with my neutrals. So I stayed in that tan base for my neutrals along with the black. So that gives you an idea of, I guess, the papers I'm going to be working with, variety of different patterns and sizes of patterns. So I got some smaller polka dots, some larger polka dots. I have some wood grain here, some hearts, cameras, things like that are going to provide a good variety for me. You can probably tell on the camera that this pink is way different than this pink or this pink. And the reason I did that one is because it just popped out at me. And it's a paper that was left over from my kit number 2, and I just want to get those used up. But compare it, like if you put it next, let's say this pink here, yeah, I'm not going to be able to probably use those together unless I do a monochromatic page. But if you go to like even like this page here, you can see that this pink isn't obviously different than this one when you're seeing it in a smaller form. So I think that that's going to work just fine. So yeah, so here is my paper base for the kit. Now, I also like to add in usually a specialty sheet or two, and I decided today that I was my scrap bin is getting really full because I've been scrapbooking a lot and I'm getting a lot of scraps put into it. And I have some projects that I'm going to be doing with some of those scraps here soon for my shop, but I did go ahead and decide to pull some scraps from that just because they were on the top and I thought they would work really nicely. But first, before I get to that, I did pull in this specialty paper here that is from Cedar Lane Pink Paisley. And when you see it there, you know, you can tell it just really meshes really well together. Now the pinks are a little bit different here, but the blues, greens, yellows are all gonna go great. And I think when you see it together there, it just looks like it naturally goes with this, you know, with this kit. It's a beautiful acetate sheet that's gonna go great. And then as far as some of the scraps here, this is actually the back of this black and white chevron paper here, and I thought that the blue with the cream color lines or the tan color lines worked perfectly. So I'm going to put that in there. I had this leftover scrap again from the Dear Lizzie documentary that has that darker pink in there. As you can see, it's in a few of the patterns, but you can see it right there. And it has that muddy look to it, which is nice. I had this random leftover piece of vellum that has that blue that I thought would be good. A couple just leftovers from the Dear Lizzie documentary. Basic wood grain. It's a great neutral. You can really add that to anything. I had a scrap of this paper here, so I'm going to put that in. And then I had this scrap here, which was a little bit of a different tone than some of the other blues I have, but it shows up in the line, and I love the chevron, and I love this paper. It has text inside the chevron, which in black, which is really pretty, and it has that distressed look to it as well. And then I had this random leftover piece of black corrugated paper, so I'm going to put that in as another specialty. So I have some vellum, some acetate, some corrugated paper to work with. And then I had this random, really inexpensive 8.5 by 11 piece of paper from Paper Studio. It's from Hobby Lobby. That's music notes, and I just thought that that looked really pretty with this line as well. So I pulled that. Okay. Then I also pulled in, I wanted to get a little bit more pink because I didn't feel like I had very much pink. And so this was laying on the top of my 6x6 stack. I just worked with this paper pad with the kit number 2, and it's almost done. I only have a few sheets left in here. So I'm going to work really hard to just get this completely used up. The pink is perfect, so that's what caught my eye, but I think I can make any of these work. The yellows, the blues, some of them are brighter and very white based, but I think I can work them in. So I'm going to try to get that completed and used up. Okay, so I have plenty of paper. I feel like I'm good on paper. And now I went to embellishments, and I tried to mix in some old and new supplies, more old than new, honestly. But there are a few new things in here that I'm going to put in here just to keep it fresh and new for me. But most of these are leftovers that you've seen recently. So some of these are leftovers that I actually just that were leftovers from kit number 2 that I didn't get used up that I thought would also work with this kit. So this Lily Bee Design sticker sheet here, I pulled because... Sorry about that. I almost never need to answer my phone, but that one I actually did. It was for a business call. Anyway, so this was left over from the last kit. But the reason I liked it so much is that a lot of these banners are that tan, which I think just will work really great with the tan that's in here. The pinks I might make work. I don't know if much else will. I'll hopefully be able to get some of it used up, but for sure I wanted to try to use up these tan banners and maybe a couple of the other stickers. So we'll see how that goes. I pulled these in again. These I had in my last kit as well from Dear Lizzie documentary. Just, I think Dear Lizzie. Yeah. Just to have some nice black letter sticker or word stickers. This I pulled. This is an old Basic Gray from Hello Luscious. And Basic Gray had a very similar feel to Glitz in that it was usually pretty distressed, richer tones. And when I saw that and I saw the different blues and the oranges, it caught my attention. So I'm going to put this with the kit. I don't know how well some of these are going to work, but I think I can make some of them work. If you can look, in that way, you can tell it has the same feel. Some of the colors I'm just not for sure about. So we'll see what happens there. It's an old sticker sheet I'd like to get used up. And I have this one here. Make sure you can see okay. Yes, this is from, I think, Crate Paper, old one. This also was in my last kit. And there's some navy blue in here, which there's not a lot, but there is some in some of these papers. So I'm hoping I can try to get some of these used up. They have a little bit more of the distressed vintage feel to them as well. And so I'm hoping I can maybe get those used up. I'd like to just be done with that sheet. And then you'll recognize these. I can't believe I'm not sick of these yet because I worked with many of these stickers for many weeks because I had like 3 sheets of this and 2 or 3 sheets of this, and this is all I have left from those. But when I looked at the colors, I loved that they had the brighter pink and then lots of the different blues. I really like the letter stickers with this Photo Freedom sticker sheet here. I just think that that's going to be a great alpha to have, as well as the black one too. And then the mint greens, not so much, but the blacks and the pinks and the teals, I think I can hopefully get more of that used up. And my goal is to get these almost all done to the point where I can just cut out bits and pieces and put it away. Like I think that this has just lots of possibilities with the blues, the yellows, and the pinks, and this one as well. So we'll see how that goes. And then I pulled these 2 sheets from Basic Gray B side, and what caught my attention mostly was the darker pink and then the oranges. And the orange in here is, that's not a great, let's see if I can find the orange. There's a good one. So, like, as you can tell, this polka dot paper here has the orange, and I think that that will go well. The green kind of comes out of nowhere, but even this blue border sticker I think will go good. And then the different oranges I think I can make work. So I think that will be a good alpha set and sticker sheet to go. And then I went to my bins, my embellishment bins, and I pulled some border strips that I'm just trying to get a lot of these loose border strips and leftover border strip sticker sheets used up. I don't have a whole lot left. I'm working at it. I used up quite a few recently with just scrapbooking I've done for a client, and I put some in my last kit that I got used up. So I'm like loving that, just trying to continue that process. This is an old, I think it's a crepe paper border sticker sheet, and just has the real distressed blacks and like some tan and wood grain tones there. And then this just random one from a Fancy Pants sticker sheet that I thought matched the blues well. This bright pink, which I thought would be fun as a different texture. And then this one also is glittery and has the kind of greens. And it's very white base, but I think I can make it work. And then I went to my tag bin, and I grabbed, there's more tags down there, I think. These are older tags I've had. I grabbed these black ones with the pink. And then I went for some really tan-based tags. I have a lot of craft tags, but craft I think is going to be a little too dark. But that tan works really well with the tan in the paper line. And then I grabbed these. I had these from the Recollections from Michaels. And I just wanted to get some more of that pink in here. So I grabbed a bunch of those. I grabbed these 2 wood veneer 4x6 decorative embellishments as something fun to hopefully get used up and play with a little bit. And then I just grabbed a bunch of wood veneers. This is probably too many, but I grabbed some 3x3 ones and some 3x4 ones just to try to get them used up. I have so many of these, and I just keep wanting, I've gotten a lot used recently, but I just want to keep trucking away. I had this leftover Heidi Swap one. I think I might just have to maybe cover that. I don't know, figure out something, maybe cover it with another embellishment. I just don't know what I'm going to use the lightning for. Although I do have one story about lightning. I might use that for that. And then I also pulled in from my stash this Heidi Swap one with the pink heart again, just to get more pink in there. As far as, okay, let's see. I have some newer supplies here that I just opened. Some Heidi Swap little zipper bags. Like, I think they were for planning purposes. I went through a couple of those, and I grabbed some of those bits and pieces that I thought would work really great. There's some acetate words and this nice, it's like a notepad or like a, little notepad, but it's very cream based. I think that will be great for journaling. There are some more acetate words here. Just trying to get them all together here. There was a couple, yes, these 2 here. So these were all from, I'm going to show you really quick, just so you know what I'm talking about. They're these little zipper bags. I got them from Michaels, and they just came with little bits of goodies in them. And so I just went through a couple of those, so I'd have some new stuff to play with, and grabbed the bits and pieces that match the line. So I had these 2 flare I have this tag here, and then some acetate words, which the colors are pretty perfect. You have blues and pinks and white and gold. And then this random little acetate paper there. This fun vellum envelope. This bling. A couple tags that had the greens and the blues. And these 3 frames, or these 2 frames here. That I think is from that, yes. And then this random little like die cut piece that has a map on it, but it's that really pretty tan color, which I thought would go great. So there's that. And then I grabbed some other older items from my stash. So I grabbed some My Mind's Eye little stickers. This one especially I think meshes really well color-wise, but I think this will work great too. Some old Amy Tan vellum stickers that have the blues, pinks, oranges, greens. This acetate overlay just has that really pretty blue. Some Maggie Holmes tags. Oh, here's one more of the overlays there. It says Adventure Seekers. Some of these tags from Maggie Holmes. There's those. And these are, I'm ready just to get used up. Another lightning bolt. So maybe I'll use that with the wood veneer and tell the story I want to tell about that and get those out of my stash. And hopefully I can get those used up. They're pretty cute. And then I just punched out, this is also from that Basic Grade B side. I punched out a few pieces that were left in that and just we'll put those into the kit as little chipboard pieces that I can hopefully get used up. Colors aren't perfect, like this yellow is not perfect, but I'm hoping I can get them used or just out of my stash there. And then I picked some flair from my stash, mostly in the blues. I don't have a lot of, I'm kind of getting low on flair, so I just kind of went with some of the blue tones. And then I grabbed some washi. Just kind of picked the different, some blues and blacks, pinks, yellows, this multicolor one that has all of those colors in it. So grab the washis. And then let me see how much time I have left. Okay, so then what I had, as I'm looking at this, I'm going to grab enamel dots from my stash as I go. So I have that. I feel like I was missing the little bits and pieces aspect of the kit. I think I'm going to just pull from in my enamel dot stash. I have some flair and some chipboard. I don't have a lot of other chipboard in here, but I think between the tags and stuff, I think I'll be okay. And I have plenty of stickers. I was missing layering pieces. So while I have some wood veneers, those aren't very good at layering underneath things. So aside from the paper itself, I felt like I needed some more items to layer. So I grabbed some different Project Life sets that I had. This is from Heidi Swap. These aren't, these here, because they're thicker, also aren't going to be great at layering. But I think I'm going to add them to the kit just to use them just as embellishments. Like I love that one, Happily Ever After. So I think I'm going to pull those in. And now these are more flat. These are just like vellum or acetate. If I can get them the right side here. Let's see. Oh, maybe that's what it is. Oh, that's gray. So I'm just going to pull some of these that have some of the different tones. Looks like there's 2 of each. I like that one. That one's fun. That one doesn't really go. I like that today. Oh, this is like a wedding theme one. I'm wondering if I should. No, that's okay. Okay. So these are just really cute little. And I like getting some more pink in there. Enjoy this. That's cute. Like, that's cute. I think that's it for those. And then I grabbed these 4x4. These are just like regular cards. Great for layering and great for titles and journaling and things. But I know some of these colors aren't going to work. And so I'm just going to go through. And I like that. Oh, these are all, oh, I didn't know that. I guess I did not look very closely. So they're all like numbers. I'm going to look on this side here and just maybe try to use some of these. Blues. I don't have a mint green or the orangey or purple. That one might work. But I think these will be good to add in some more pinks. Some navy blue, which I don't have a lot. Oh, I love that one. These will be some good layering pieces. I think that's good for that. And then I grabbed some regular 3x4 cards. These are from Hobby Lobby from Paper Studio. And I'm going to just look at these really quick. I might just put the whole collection in there. They are really cute. They definitely have that distressed feel to them. These are pretty cute. I think I might just do this whole collection of cards. I think the pink is kind of weird though. But the oranges and yellows are good. And they are double-sided, so I love that it has orange in there because there's not a lot of orange in this kit. And the yellows as well. So you can see that. So I'm going to definitely just put all these in here and try to get some of those used up. I have a couple of these. I'm just going to look at these really quick. I want to use these because they have that more distressed look to them, and I don't really scrapbook with that style a lot anymore. So I want to take advantage of the fact that I'm scrapbooking some more of the distressed style right now with this kit and try to get some of these used. But this has a lot of that bright green, so I think I'm going to skip that one. One more to look at here. And these, I don't know. These, I don't know if those are going to really work either. So I think I'm going to call it good with, yeah, those aren't going to go. So I'll call it good with these cards here and these cards here. And if I need to, if I feel like I don't have, you know, enough cut aparts or layering options, then I'll just go to my Project Life tray and just pull some cards or whatever. It's not, or just try to cut up pattern paper and use those or whatever. I have a lot of graph style papers that will work as journaling options, so that is an option as well. So I think I'm going to call that good and be okay with that. So here's my kit. I think this is a decent size. Again, it looks like it's more paper than I should have, but because a lot of them are going to be the backgrounds, I'm not going to be pulling in probably hardly any cardstock. I might pull in a little bit for some of the more white-based elements if I need to, but I think I have a good mix of things that will work with the paper pad, but also things that will work with each other if I don't end up being able to use, you know, for a particular layout, if it is more white-based and these don't feel quite right. I have enough of other product to work with to still work with it as a kit. So if that makes any sense, because that always gets a little tricky when you have super cream based items with more white based, but I think I have enough of both to make it work. So this is my kit, again inspired from Enchanted Waters by Glitz Design. Just an example of how you can take a 6x6 paper pad, create a kit based around the pad itself, and work with that then as a full complete kit. So I will be back soon. This will be, I think, kit number, I'll put it in the title, but I think this is kit number 10. No, kit number 9, I believe. So I will then label it that kit number when I come back to show you the layouts that I made as well. So just watch for that. Thank you so much for watching and happy scrapping. Bye-bye.